Hey guys, day 75 of the Video Matrix 90-day video challenge, the power of now. Today we were to kind of meditate or think about who am I supposed to help? So I did this, I sat for a few minutes and, what came to me was, people that I already help. I just feel like it's my life's mission to help people who have health issues, digestive issues, health problems in general. Since a young age, probably about 17 or 18, I started studying health and alternative, modalities and nutrition and all of that kind of stuff. And over the years, I've helped a lot of people with this, and I just think it's my life's work to continue to do this. And it's funny because recently Jake and I have made a recent discovery and understanding of thyroid issues based on his own health, something that he's been struggling with and battling for a very long time without knowing what it was. And so recently, after doing research and everything, he's discovered that he has, hypothyroidism, which, come to find out, so many people have. It's actually mind-blowing how many people suffer from this and not know that they are, or some do know and are on medication for it, and the medication doesn't really do anything except make them feel crappy. And it's so interesting because since making this discovery, I've already told a couple people about it, and first he made the discovery that he had the thyroid issue. So what was happening was he hasn't had MS symptoms like I talked about, but the one thing that happens all the time to him is his temperature would drop. And every time he feels a little funny, he takes his temperature. And there was one day he was walking the dog in the woods, and his temperature dropped to about like 93.8, which was a record low. He literally thought he was going to die in the woods, no joke. And so it obviously became a real concern. And even our homeopathic doctor couldn't give us answers. He said, oh, maybe you have that iron thing like your dad has or whatever. And he did research, and the only thing that has the temperature drop like that is the thyroid issue. So once he realized what he had, he then did research on how to kind of to fix it and correct it. We're not big on doctors, both of us, because I even mentioned, I thought it was serious enough. I was like, maybe you should go to a doctor and see what's going on. But like he said, they're just going to throw meds at me and they're not going to know. And he is correct on that. And we also know other people that it really doesn't do anything for. So he did a lot of research, and he came to this company. It's called Forefront Health. So anybody that's struggling with thyroid issues that you know of in this moment, Forefront Health, they specialize in just thyroid. So this is a guy that, same thing, like he went to every doctor, regular doctor, homeopathic doctor, and nobody could help him. And he did his research, and he has formulated things to help people, a certain strict diet, and certain supplements to take to correct and reverse the issue. So remember, I said in my previous issue is that 99.9% of all diseases out there are curable, even if they tell you that they're not. They are. So with following this program, you can make the thyroid function properly. And it was so interesting to find out and discover that all the things that we thought we were doing right as healthy people was hurting him. So which is why we kind of thought it was this iron, like too much iron or whatever, which isn't the case. So for example, he would eat a salad, which oftentimes our goal is to have a salad a day, and that happened, lettuces and most raw vegetables he should be staying away from. And so looking back after having a salad, he would have an episode. Or he also had mentioned when, because he and the kids have smoothies every morning, and he mentioned, because he's tried and played around with so many different, healthy foods and variations of that, having fruit, not having fruit, high fat diet, not, all these things. And so he remembers when he got rid of the bananas in the smoothie and was just doing like greens and nuts like cashews, he would have episodes. He started going downhill. And so it's really interesting. So, like, no nuts and seeds, which is so surprising. Uh, no raw vegetables. They have to be like really cooked. So, if you're going to have spinach, it has to be really cooked. No cruciferous vegetables, which falls in the category, cabbage, kale, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, none of those whatsoever. Nobody should be having them, come to find out. But raw carrots every day is actually part of the regimen. It can increase the thyroid production up to 60%, which is pretty amazing, just raw carrots alone. So these supplements have been really helping. So what happens when the thyroid isn't working is it shuts down all the other organs, especially the liver. So a lot of symptoms that a lot of my clients and friends are having, skin issues and arthritis and anxiety, not sleeping, gaining weight, not being able to lose weight, the temperature dropping. There's so many symptoms, feeling tired and brain fog all the time. So these are all symptoms of a non-working thyroid, and it causes the liver to not function. And so cleanses and stuff like that are the worst. Stuff that we've also done, like some of my clients were doing this liver gallbladder cleanse, and we decided, oh, we'll do it too. I've always wanted to do that. And I think he did it one time with me, because you're supposed to do it every month until you see no more gallstones. And he just had such a bad effect. He's like, I can't do that again. And come to find out, yeah, it backfires. What happens is all the toxins get backfired into the bloodstream, causing worse problems, which it absolutely did for him. And including one of the clients that I was doing it with, we just recently discovered. So she's been seeing me twice a week for the last year and hasn't been getting better. She is battling arthritis, and as time goes on, I can see her kind of getting a little worse and not better. Her skin, she has like bandages on her hands, which is again another symptom. And I asked her, do you have thyroid issues? She said, not that I know of. So I gave her this book for arthritis that happened to fall off the shelf. Jake was going through the books the other day, and this arthritis book, and it's so interesting. Here's an awesome story is I had mentioned my concern to Jake about this woman. I said, I don't know what to say to her. I feel like, I don't know, there's something up with her. I don't know. I don't know. I'm concerned for her. So I expressed my concern to Jake. And literally a day or two later, this book fell on him by Dr. Jensen. It was a book about arthritis. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, wow, this can really help this woman. So I sent her off with this book. And so a few days later, when I saw her again, and we're continuing to do this research about thyroid, I asked her before the session, I said, hey, do you notice that your temperature drops ever? Because I mean, some people would know, some people wouldn't. Maybe some people wouldn't know to even check their temperature. She said, yeah, actually. So I was surprised to hear, yes. She said when she was conceiving her second baby, she was taking this BMI, I don't know if I'm saying that right, some test for ovulation or something, because she was struggling to conceive, which is another sign of thyroid problems, come to find out. And so what she would do every morning is take her temperature. And it's a very precise thermometer, which is a really good thing. And she said, I know your body temperature is lower in the morning, but this was like, it was like 97.7. And so we had this aha moment in our conversation of, oh my gosh, like you are like the poster child of a non-working thyroid, like all these things, her skin, her being tired all the time, the arthritis, it was crazy. So I was so it's just awesome how things come into our lives and certain knowledge to help other people. And so this has been going on recently within the past week or two. Jake's been on these supplements for about probably like 3 weeks or so, and he said he's never felt better in his life. So that's pretty awesome. And he still has the temperature drops, and as he continues to research, because there's a lot of information on this website, he's realizing that he needs to eat more often, which again, another thing that we would do, especially me, is the intermittent fasting, and that is not good for everybody. So a lot of these fad diets out there, like the keto diet, the carnivore diet, even veganism is destroying people's, the vegan will destroy your thyroid all day long. And that's why a lot of vegans are coming out of the woodworks right now saying it destroyed my body. And now they're going to the other extreme. Unfortunately, a lot of vegans are now becoming carnivores, this carnivore diet where they literally eat just meat or just animal products. So dairy and meat, absolutely nothing from a plant, which is like, to me, I was always like, that's crazy. Because I'm all about balance and whatnot. So that will also destroy the thyroid. So anyway, back on track. Yeah, so Forefront Health is an amazing company on healing the thyroid. Oh, so what I was going to say is that, so since taking these supplements, what has happened is his liver has opened up and started working again. So, you know, he's been going through this detox, and what was happening was he was feeling really crappy, and no pun intended. So I was like, hey, his stomach was like gurgling really loud, and I said, hey, why don't you want to do a colonic and get this stuff out of you? He thought, do I have food poisoning? What's going on? Did I eat something bad? And so we did the colonic, and he felt better just on that colonic machine already. But what we noticed was a lot of fluke worms coming out. So just so you know, everybody has parasites. There's tens of thousands of different types of parasites, and so they don't all come in the form of looking like worms. I know this is probably a gross subject, I'm sorry, but that's another thing that I deal with a lot. So, but without taking a parasite supplement, we were seeing fluke worms, which are little tiny red things, and it almost resembles like a tomato skin, like an undigested tomato skin, but it's not. They're fluke worms, and fluke worms live in the liver. So yeah, so that was like pouring out of his body, and also gallstones. So without even doing the liver gallbladder cleanse, we were seeing like all these stones and sandy stuff, which the liver gallbladder cleanse, you'll see that too. So all the stuff that's in the liver is just dumping out, and he felt better. And that was at nighttime. He only ate yogurt from then until the next day, where he again feeling of just not feeling good. So we did another colonic, and lo and behold, all this other stuff came out. So it's so interesting and amazing how these supplements are healing his body, and he's doing so well. So anyway, so the question, who am I supposed to help? I'm supposed to help people that have health problems. And another interesting thing that I'll tell you before I let you go, because this is a longer video here, is it's amazing how God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, works, you know, because after making this discovery and telling a couple of my clients, discovering this in my client who had no idea what was wrong with her besides the arthritis symptoms, I get a client that comes in. She bought a package from me, so she had one session left, and I hadn't seen her in months and months and months. It's been a while, and she's like, hey, I want to use up my last one. She comes in. Now sometimes I forget, so when I see their face, I remember who they are, but I don't remember exactly what was up with them or what their story was sometimes, so I have to be reminded sometimes. But yeah, so she's talking to me about like her thyroid, and I was like, whoa. And I said, listen, so I gave her the information, and it's just so amazing how you know, something comes into your life that you can help people and they just walk right in at the perfect time. It's just such a beautiful thing. I love things like that. So anyway, that's who I'm supposed to help, people with health problems, digestive problems. So if you have health issues that you're unsure, I'd be happy to talk to you. Um, forefronthealth.com for thyroid issues. If you're not sure if you have a thyroid issue, like if you're not already on medication, but you don't know what's going on with you and you're struggling, check that website out. More than likely it's thyroid. So many people have this problem, more people than not. So check it out. I suggest buying they offer, you can shop by symptom, but Jake bought the kit that they have. So he has everything that he needs to get better. So that's what I suggest. And I will look forward to talking to you tomorrow on day 76. Hope that's helped somebody. And I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.